Okie dokie. Oh, hello and welcome everybody. I am going to paint a seascape today. And hopefully we can have a good time with that. If you're watching, hey MK. Let me know where you are, what time it is, where you are, or how cold it is, either or. I've got to get some color up in the sky, so that's what I'm going to do first. Yeah. Thank you everyone who's liking the live already. We are just going to start. I think we're just going to get some color in the sky. I'm going to start. This is the tube says it's a deep Indian yellow, but I just think it's really pretty and I think it's beautiful if you're doing like a sunsetty, sunrise-ish color. So that's what I'm doing is my first little color down there. I'm going to grab some yellow ochre mixed with a little bit of alizarin crimson. We're just going to drop that down right over there. And I will be blending this out, so don't get too worried just yet. It's not going to stay like this. We'll blend it. I'm just blocking in some color, making some choices of where I want things to be. What colors where. Mm-hmm. 28 degrees, pantry 705. I'd be taking the 28 in stride. We're still not out of the negative 20 something, 30 something, take your pick. I think it finally starts to warm up a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, it's been, I think Friday is the first really warm day at like 28 or 30, something like that. But it's chilly over here. Chilly. Add some moody color with the purple. Just a little. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that kind of yellow ochre red, which I guess is kind of an orangey color. It's not something, but grab my personal favorite blending brush when I want a soft brush. Oh, good evening, the Medieval and Amanda. Thank you all for the likes and the roses and all that good stuff. Yes, tap the hearts, tap the screens. Super fun. I'm gonna be blending out my colors with the mop brush before we start adding clouds. Bring some of my edge colors in, not too much though. And I know you're probably thinking I'm supposed to start with the middle and blend out. You're right, but I do like to take some of those kind of side colors that aren't as vibrant and bring them into the middle a little bit. Obviously the brightest area is still going to be the center because I didn't take that much, but I do kind of like to just bring some of those colors in. Whatever. Just, I don't know. I like it. It adds just a little bit of that nice blending of the colors that you tend to see if you're looking out, like, you know, sunset, sunrise, wherever you kind of see those color changes. Seldom is it so blocky. You're going to have these colors come in a little bit. Spin, spin. Soften. You're trying to go to bed right now. I mean, just keep an eye on the chat. She's helping me out. Even though she's tired, and I appreciate it. do I do? Alrighty, I'd say that is probably much what I want that to be. I am just going to add I want this just a little more vibrant than what I'm seeing right now. So just taking a teensy little bit of color. Clean up my brush just a little bit. And then we're just going to, heck, infer. Just blend that out just a little bit. There we go. I like that. I like that better. There we go. Yeah. Now we're ready to start adding some clouds. Fluffy little clouds that float in the sky and have fun all day. Yeah, that's what they like to do. I'm going to add some wispy bits first. Some little wispy clouds. And we're going to put those perhaps. I'm going to drop some in right about there. We're going to be using the palette knife a lot today. Because when I make a seascape, it's almost all with the palette knife. There's some fan brush movements and stuff going on in there, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the, sure I don't have any color on that, the palette knife. We're just dragging that out. This is probably going to be a bit more of a sunsetty scene with these purples in here. But that's just kind of the colors I feel like doing today. Cat must have been down in the basement. We've got fur hanging around. But I made it go away, so it's fine. There we go. Wispy little clouds. So, thank you guys for continuing to like the live. Why don't we have everyone drop in their favorite color just to kind of see what colors people are liking. Okay, we got 6 whole people hanging out with us today. 7? I think we got people. Favorite color or colors? I like blue, close second to purple. We're just putting in some clouds here. Having plenty of liquid white. Loading that up on there. It's going to blend with those colors. Same old 1-inch oval brush that I used to blend out the clouds before. And what we're going to do to blend this cloud here. A little blending up, a little blend down. Side blending. But not too much blending. And your cloud's going to disappear. And you're just going to have more color in the sky. Which may not necessarily be a bad thing, but depends what you want. Depends what kind of effect you're looking to get. I'm just after some clouds. That's what we're doing here. Start with the blend down. Circle motions is how I tend to do that. And I'll come back with some gentle circles and pull some of that color towards the tip. Clouds are not perfectly round on the tops any more than they're perfectly straight or perfect. They're wispy. They have different shapes. They never quite look the same on any given day. I'm just going to drop a little bit more into that one right there. Purple. Everyone, there's a lot of purple favorite people liking purple in the comments. That's super fun. I also like purple, but it's not my favorite color. My favorite color is blue. Purple's more like a close second for me. I do like a lot of colors though. You get an appreciation for colors of all shades and varieties when you're painting, because you kind of need a lot of colors. There we go. I like that a little bit better. Just bring that one down a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I like how that looks a bit better. And obviously, we got clouds on one side. I'm going to do some clouds on the other side. Smush and twirl, smush and twirl. Pulling down, pulling down. Bringing some of that light towards the surface. And doing it this way, you're naturally going to have clouds that are a bit brighter towards where you put the paint down and a bit darker to where you're blending it away, where you blend it and it just sort of disappears into the other colors in the background there. Which is exactly what you would expect to see with a cloud. I'm going to brighten up. You can always add more white. White. You want it brighter, add more white. You want a softer look, maybe less white, but I like my clouds to look a bit distinct. Look at them and say, that's a cloud. Yeah, no question. It's just not. No questions about it. Push, pull. Don't blend away all of those little, like, when you blend like this, you're going to have some areas that are a little more shadowy and some areas that are naturally brighter because you're kind of blending in circles, and you don't want to kill off all of those little shadowy spots. Because your cloud is never really, like, the sun is not going to hit the cloud at the same angle in every spot. So you're naturally, those little shadowy spots are pretty normal. So you kind of want to leave them there. Or at least some of them anyway. You need some of them. Leave the shadowy bits. It helps offset the light. It is very important to have a few points of interest, I guess. I don't know. They're important. Don't take them all away. Very technical speak here, but the light needs the dark and vice versa. Happy little cows. Coming along quite nicely. You don't need to overthink your clouds. Just be little circles. You're going to be content to float around in your sky all day. You do kind of need a fair bit of paint on your fan brush. I know the brush names. To kind of get that initial, like, bright spot towards the front. White takes on the colors behind it so quickly, and it can be easy for your cloud to kind of get lost. So you might find yourself putting more paint on your fan brush than you might think is necessary, but that's okay. It's actually kind of what you want to do. I love these wispy little clouds. I throw those into just about everything. Love, love, love them. They're simple, and I need to add something. we're definitely ready to move into our delightful seascape portion of the seascape. I'm gonna grab a palette knife, fan brush of choice. I prefer a different fan brush for blending out my water than I do for putting out my clouds. The one that I'd use for the clouds has stiffer bristles, and the one I blend my water out with, I'm trying to show. You can't see it too well, but it's got softer bristles. They're not as firm. I think it makes for an easier blending. What are you doing for your birthday? Oh, hello, Ryan Butterfly. On my birthday, probably just a fancy dinner and ice cream cake, because ice cream cake is delicious and amazing and is actually definitely real cake. Don't let anyone tell you ice cream cake doesn't count as cake. I don't have any super solid plans, but I am probably going to celebrate my birthday in terms of what I want to do on Sunday, but I don't have any big plans yet. Maybe bowling. I don't know. I'm going to go somewhere, going to do something. Maybe take a day off as best I can. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my birthday isn't this upcoming Wednesday, but it's the following Wednesday. But yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. It's coming up soon. A little bit of white, and you already get so many colors in there. At least a little bit of color. Too warm. Oh, I do have my undercolors already down here, so there's some yellow, some red, blue, purple. There's green in here somewhere. I love adding green to my seascapes, in my water portions anyway. I have been known to add a little bit of green into my sky if I'm doing a more of a nighttime seascape. But today I wanted to do a daytime one. Come down as the water's getting closer. So nice. Some time to plan. Oh yeah, I've got time to plan. A little bit of time. That's why I don't really have a super solid idea yet, because it's like, it's not here yet. Not yet. So, I'm sure it'll come up quicker than I think. It tends to be how things go. I lose track of time and then bam, it's here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. She's coming to life. Look at that. I'm just going to blend some of this color back. Now I'm going to need to go put it back a little bit because I accidentally already blended into it. This little white kind of ridge really helps separate the light from the dark. Sometimes it's going to disappear and you're not even going to realize. That's okay. You can just grab a little bit more paint on your palette knife and put it back. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to grab some of these colors, blend back in a nice horizontal line. Careful not to touch the highlighting spot there. You got to leave some darkness in there. We talked about that before. You need the darkness with the light. They go together. Horizontal. There you go. And I am purposely ignoring some of the areas on the left here and just a little one right here, because this one I can probably do that real quick. But I'm dropping in some kind of background little rockish areas. Not exactly mountains per se, but they're back here. There's things that live back here. Who knows what's back there? Forests way back there. It could be a mountain if you got close enough to see. But from where we are, they're pretty far away. So it has layers. Yeah, I feel like everything kind of has layers, doesn't it? Kind of necessary part of this, I suppose. Add some water lines to that little rock I dropped in, and I might as well drop in the furthest one on the other side too. There's another one over here. In case anyone was wondering why my horizon line wasn't perfectly straight, that was on purpose. Excuse me. I wanted to drop in some things to live off in the distance. And I got some of my undercolor over here, so looks like this particular little rock formation is going to be a bit more colorful. That's alright. There's going to be a couple more of these coming in as I go. This is simply the first one on either side. Although the left side's only going to have one. Just one. I'm going to do a few on the right. And I should mention, because I frequently forget, every painting I do is actually for sale. I have an Etsy store. You guys can check it out if you feel inclined. This one won't be on here until after the show because I didn't make a spot for it yet, but they're all for sale. This one will be no different. I will just do it for the show. I'll get it added up on there. So, easy peasy. It has cake in the name. Oh yeah, ice cream cake is too cake. Jeepers, no wonder people are talking about cake. Ken, it is too cake. See, everyone agrees with me. It's in the name. Has layers, is cake. And it's delicious. My birthday, my rules. Ice cream cake is cake. Heavens, people. Ice cream cake is cake. Now, I am personally thinking that I'm going to get a nice little... I'm going to start it as like a normal water layer, but I'm going to add a nice little... I heard a ka-ching. When did I hear it? What has ka-chinged? Oh, why thank you. Someone bought my painting from yesterday. Thank you. I believe that was medieval, so yes, I will... I'm going to get both of your paintings shipped out tomorrow. Actually, the one from yesterday might need a couple more days to dry, but the other one will be finally dry and will be shipping out tomorrow. The other one's probably going to need a couple more days, but for today, I'm going to get one of those in here. And maybe there'll be another one. Just like so. Before I get too much paint over here. Pulling that down. Coming in here. Change that. Pull it back. There we go. Just a little. I have been guilty of this on multiple occasions. There's this little round spot. You know, the wave comes up and around before it comes down. You want to leave that round. It's really easy to accidentally change the shape and get it, and you'll end up with this kind of like wave that falls straight down and not actually curve around. You want to try and leave that bit more round, which can be a little difficult. You forget the easy stuff sometimes when you're focusing on other stuff. It's all right. You want to try and leave it round. I don't need a ton of paint on my palette knife. Just, oh yeah, that's just about what I want to see for that, actually. Despite what I said, we're doing a kind of a double crasher. But if you want two separate waves, you want two spots over there, but not today. Today, we're doing a different wave. Kind of a whoosh. This one's a little further away, so we'll actually have some crash action. This one will not have crashed yet. Not yet. Love it. Oh, okay. Yes, if you want to give it maybe another day or two, I'll get those boxed up together for you. All right. Works for me, Medieval. Appreciate that. And Cool21, also thank you for stopping in, saying hi. And for everyone tapping the screen and showing some support, love it. Thank you. I love that you guys are here to hang out and watch me paint a seascape. This is a good time for me, so I'm glad other people can stop in and also have a good time. I just found some purple in my seascape, so that was fun, because I know I told you guys I put some other colors in here, but I don't always remember exactly where I dropped them once we get to painting. So I kind of just, I end up as surprised as you are when other colors start to show up in my water. Keep those horizontal lines. Don't go all the way into your darkness. There we go. Pull it across. Just like that. Grab my fan brush from earlier, the one that's got the stiffer of my bristles. We are going to do. Like I said, this one over here has a little bit of crash action. It's a lot closer. So that water has started to fall down and crash onto probably the ground, water below it. Get a little bit more white and I'll blend out some of that, but not all of it. Don't want to blend it all away because you do want some of the texture there. Just gonna wipe off some of the color from my little round brush on a paper towel if you guys can kind of see that. Nothing fancy. I don't want it to be, doesn't have to be perfectly clean. We're just gonna grab some of this color and mix it up a little bit. Mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. Careful not to. You want to leave some of that darkness even underneath your crashing wave. Don't take away all that darkness. And if you want some more brightness at the top of your crasher, add a little bit more white. And just add in a little bit more. It's that easy. Damn, the cat's from the basement. You're not supposed to be down here anyway. Tippity tap 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 tap. Don't stay in one spot too long. Keep the brush moving. When you've got your color added back, you can tap it in, or you can kind of blend it with some gentle circles, just barely touching. You get a different effect depending on how you choose to blend that in. Depending on what you want your crashing wave to look like, it'll probably depend on how you blend your color. You should try both though. If you guys are painters, go ahead and try different ways of getting your crasher to look how you want. I'm going to soften up these horizontal lines with my fan brush. Pull the color off to the side. And I'm going to add some little water spray, and I might come back and touch up that little bit here in a moment. Touch it up a little bit. Aw, beautiful. Super fun. And you're gonna need to add some color behind my wave. Can't just have that leaving there no color. But it is also definitely time to add in our next little. Well, I'm going to have to highlight that. You'll have to trust me that I'm putting a rock over here. It's just not. You won't be able to see it until I highlight it is the only thing. Then a little bit of trust is just going to have to be extended. Well, I guess you don't have to, but I hope you do, because I swear, I just put a thing over there, okay? Brown, and mix some white into it. I think I need even a touch more red. My red must have had some blue in it, because that's not brown. Let my palette get all mushy. Well, that's okay. Easy fix. Easy fix. So, anyway, the highlights I'm dropping in back here, I am purposely going to leave a little darker. It's still a little far away, so it's not going to be the brightest thing out there. It's not too close yet, but I do want you to be able to see it. Just not the closest one to you. Not yet. I'm going to doopity-doopity-doo. Just gonna whoosh. Drop in some of those. Blend this. Just a little separation to kind of help separate that area, because it is pretty dark over there. The misty area will kind of help separate it from the water, help show you that it's there, without me needing to make it super bright. And then I can still come in here with some water lines and just kind of help our eyes know that there's like something over there. As we get closer, these rocks will become easier to see, more distinct features, I guess. So, I don't know how many I'm gonna do today. I might do one more, might do two more. Oh, good evening. Hello. Thank you for stopping in, Mr. Blindsided Brushwork. Yes, hello. Welcome to the Seascape. I can't even say it's Seascape Sunday or Saturday or anything with an S, but I wanted to do a Seascape today. Today's Wednesday? Pretty sure it's Wednesday. If I'm wrong and it's not Wednesday, someone tell me. But I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Today, put in this little next rockish area into my seascape. Bada bing, bada boom. Water painting Wednesday. See, there's a good idea. Water painting Wednesday. I like that. Thank you. Someone's got their thinking cap on, and it wasn't me. But that is a good way to say that. Water painting Wednesday. Yes, I do like that. And I was grabbing white, and I need to grab my brown mixture. There we go. I can't my liquid oil, and I did not need to. There we go. Dropping in some highlights on all the little rocky bits. I have made a mess of my palette. So I don't really plan where my colors are going to live very well on my palette, and then they mix together and I gotta clean them up. This rock's looking a little bit more blue, and that's okay. Rocks don't necessarily have to be brown, but there are brown highlights on there. Do. It'll probably a little bit more brown though. I just gotta put some more down on my palette. There we go. Yes. There we go. That's a nice color. Can't always use fun fantasy colors. My brain will look at that and say, that's not real. Gotta mix in a little bit of reality to the fun, whimsical colors that exist in my mind, so that when you look at it, it looks believable. Oh, yes. I do paint in oils. A mermaid might pop out of that sea, so it's because it's so colorful. I'm sitting in my thinking chair. Ah, yes, I don't have a thinking chair, but that is delightful. And I am trying to keep an eye on the chat. But yeah, I'm using oils with the wet on wet technique. I had linseed oil down on the black part of my canvas before adding my undercolors, and liquid white on the top before adding my sunsetty colors. So other people who also paint and know what they're doing can probably spot that from a mile away, but yeah. For anyone who may not know, that is what I did as part of my prep before I started painting today. I'm just going to mix that up a little bit, soften it, blend it. And I'm tempted to just leave those rocks there, unless I don't think I should add a fourth one. I'm kind of liking how that looks the way it is. Let me cast a vote. That's why. It's real if you believe enough, thank you. That's why it looks great, yeah. Anyone who's here hanging out in the comments, do we want one more rock on the right here? On the right side? Or should we leave it with just the ones that we see here? What are we thinking? While you guys are contemplating your life choices over here, or my life choices, I guess, technically speaking, I'm going to drop some highlights behind my wave. So let me know. Do we want another rock behind there? Or are we going to leave it as it is? Let me know once I'm done highlighting behind this wave. We'll come take a look and see what we're doing next. Bippity boppity boop. Mm-hmm. Blend that back with my little brush. That little softer fan brush, which is getting quite beat up. I've had it for so long. At least it feels like I've had it for so long. Probably had it for almost a year. Remember to not go too close to under, well, you want to get as close as you can to your previous wave. You just don't want to make that darkness disappear. You want to get close, 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 but leave some of that darkness there. The lightness and the dark colors will kind of play together. I'll mess with that in a minute. I'm just going to have a little bit more titanium white, and we're just going to add a little boop doop a doop. Just a little bit more motion right there. There we go. Keep messing with it until you're happy. But at some point you do have to know when to stop. So I just wanted to add some more motion, a little bit more of those water lines right there. I just wanted to come and say hi. Go and lay myself in a bit. Oh yeah. Well, thank you. Appreciate you stopping in. Another rock. Okay, another rock. All right. I mean, yeah. Is that your boulder? It's a nice boulder. Thank you. Yeah. Looks like we are pretty universally another rock, so we're gonna do another rock. You guys have cast your votes. Another rock it is. So, I should mix up the colors a bit more properly this time. We'll do one more rock over there on the right. Doopity doopity. So, votes are in. Cut in front of that one just a little bit. Come up over here. Gonna do another rock. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I can't give you guys the option to choose whether to have another rock or not. Then not. Plus, there's no harm in adding another rock. We can absolutely do that. Put a nice big front rock right there. It's maybe more of a rocky cove or something. I don't know. I just like the way it looks when you have kind of like these rocks and boulders and things coming up off the side. It's fun. I like to put them in. I like to see them in there. So we're just dropping in another rock. And thin paint sticks to a thick paint. So you can have a nice thicker base to your rock and then thin out your paint just a little bit when you go to highlight it. You don't technically have to when you're doing techniques like this, but you can. Just like with what brush you use for your wave, you'll get some different effects depending on how you go around it. And we're still making sure we don't completely kill our dark spots while we add our rockish texture. We do want to leave some place for the insects to live. I don't know, something probably lives on that rock. It's not just a rock, something lives there and it needs the dark shadowy places to live. I don't like insects, but that doesn't mean that they don't like rocks. One more little tiny highlight towards the top there. Just looks a teensy weensy bit too dark. And our final rock has come into existence as easy as that. And look at that. Boom. Boopity boppity boop. And we're just gonna add some watery bits. I'll put one more over there too. Boop. Blend that towards the rock. A little towards it, a little away. And if you run into your rock a little bit, that is okay. Because running into it kind of actually helps it look like the rock is kind of covering up, is being covered by the water a little bit. So it's okay if some of your rock color ends up in your water and some of your water ends up in your rock. That is all right. And when you have just a little bit of paint on your palette knife, because you're just about running out, you get some really nice highlighty water effects. Almost like you're making a mountain, but you're not. You're dropping in some little highlighty bits on your water. Look at that. Fun little seascape. We're almost done with this little seascape. Almost. Obviously, there's still more that we need to do. We're not done yet. This whole wave is barely even a wave yet. Barely even a wave. So, do. Before I get too crazy, I need an eye for my wave. I'm just going to take this little roundy brush, if you even saw that. We're just going to drop in a little whoosh, 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 where the light is shining through, because it's just, water's a little thinner. Just a real little bit. There we go. Now we'll come back in here and we're just going to go across, 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 meet up with this area. And then slowly start doing like these little upward motions where the wave is curving. Just careful not to extinguish your darkness. It's our friend. We like it. Even if we don't want to walk alone in it, we like it when we're painting. We like our darkness. It's our friend. Okay? And we like to spend time with our friends. Mix up the water over here because the wave's getting smaller. Howdy do. It's really starting to look like water now. That wave might just come and get you. Might crash right over your head. Give you a soaking. I'm going to add some chunky, messy water lines over here. We're going to start working on our beach sand. Just going to mess that up real quick. Miss Howell, thank you. Rocks and crystals. Yeah, I like rocks and crystals, but I mostly like painting rocks. Although there are plenty of people who like collecting rocks. But I do appreciate them. And our sand, excuse me, starts out with these pretty distinct vertical streaks. But we soften that up and make it look more like sand by dragging those vertical streaks across. And again, you might run into your water and kill your little white lines there. It's okay. Blend your water. Always put those highlighted bits back on your water lines. So it's alright. Just blend your sand. Paint stays wet. It's pretty easy to add a lot of that stuff back. Just come back in here. A little white on your palette knife. Add your water lines back. Ta-da! Want some more water lines. There might be a couple over here that you can kind of see. They don't have to be as distinct back there. That's a bit further away. As they get closer, there's more detail. You can see them more clearly. Your water being messy. Tell these things just as much to myself as I do you guys. There could be another painter in the audience that maybe I say something and it suddenly clicks for them. I say this just to also remind myself that these things need to exist. My sand also has a little bit of a hint of purple under there, mixed in with this greener color. super, super fun. I'm gonna add another chunky water line. I'm just gonna mirror. There's still some darkness down here that I kind of want to turn into more sandy bits. So we're gonna add, I'm just gonna do the same thing we did before all over again. Vertical, 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 vertical. Blend horizontally. These little X's, get some different light and dark tones in there. And if you find yourself thinking, it's too bright now, you can add just a hint of darkness in there. Up until you like how it looks. I'm actually okay if I have brighter sand. Don't bother me. Where did I put my palette in? Oh, there it is. Alrighty. You need to stop painting so good. No more wall space. I do run out of wall space really quickly. I have an upstairs wall that is almost completely covered in paintings. However, I hope to correct that issue in April because I'm doing an art show and I'm hoping that people will buy plenty of paintings and then I will have more wall space to hang more paintings. So, oh, thank you, Ancient Suds. I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, sound effects. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. You gotta have sound effects though. It helps. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I simply exist in them, maybe. No guarantee that I am actually following any rules because I am self-taught. So if there are rules, I could be breaking them. But yeah, the sound effects, the whoosh, very helpful. That might be the rule though. That might be the one rule. Make sound effects. It helps you paint. There we go. Ooh, love that. Love that. But yeah. I'm gonna add a little bit of speckly, sandy bits into my last little bit of water. Use the same old fan brush I've been using for a lot of this. Load it up with some thinner paint, which is usually just some color mixed into some liquid white. And if it needs to be any thinner than that, then I'll just add a bit more linseed oil. But and just boop, 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 boop. Splatter on some sand onto your beach. Where else are you going to see sand? If you get some bigger little specks on there, that's alright. It could be shells, it could be rock, it could be a splatter. It could be whatever you want it to be. You can use different colors in your sand. In fact, I feel like you probably should use some different colors in your sand. Sand does not all have to be one color. I had a brown mixture that I lightened up to splatter. You can use white for some brighter speckles. I'm going to do a little bit of a yellowy color in here too. Add some specks of color. I might actually need to clean this brush off a little bit. It's getting a bit too much paint sticking in the bristle, so it's not splattering as easily as it would if I had just cleaned it off a little. So we're going to do that. I'm going to clean my brush for the first time, I think, properly in this particular show. I'm going to come back and get that lighter yellow color again. Color, color, color. A little bit more brown bits. And I will actually need some just regular white too, because I gotta add some splatter to my wave. I haven't done that yet. Just criminal, basically. Gotta have the splatter. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna get some more liquid white. Make a spot for it though. I need to get myself one of those palettes that you can hold to show you guys when I'm mixing my colors and what I'm doing. My palette does not have finger molds. I can't hold it. One day, I'll be able to show you more easily what I'm doing with my stuff. If it was UV painting, yeah, if I had some stuff that glowed in the dark, would be pretty amazing. Oh, thank you, Linda. Do I ever put a dim light shining on one? I haven't. Like a different colored light? I haven't done that. There's nothing stopping me, though. I probably could. If I had a UV light or if I had some glow in the dark paints or something that would pop some color intrigues on there. Probably would be super fun to do though. Teensy bit more. And here. Alrighty. Just and splashy bits of the water spits and splashes and sprays. There we go. Look at that. I'm going to put the extra white paint I had down here. Why not? Beautiful. Then we just gotta sign it. Make sure I haven't missed anything in the comments. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna sign it and crumbles. 78. Painting number 78. I know what number painting I'm on. I swear. I swear I know what number it is. Make sure this doesn't crash down when I'm not ready. And I will sign, I'll sign the front here in a little bit, but I'm going to sign the back first because I'm already halfway to signing the back before I sign the front. So we're rolling with it is what we're doing. We're rolling with it because that's what you do. Today is February 19th. Hey, 78 and 19. You are so good at this. Thank you. One of us has to be. 78 and 219. Painting number 78. How about that? I barely touched my canvas and I've got paint all over my arm now. Fancy, fancy. Drop a signature on the front of that. Spin it back around so you guys can see the pretty bits. The front is way prettier than the back. If I do say so myself. Everyone is memorized. Oh, thank you. Glad you guys guys seem to enjoy my little painting bits. Little live shows that I do in this makeshift studio. Very makeshift, but it's too cold to get the actual other studio up and running right now. And it needs to be fixed up, and it's all sorts of knobs right now. There we go. Let's try that name siding thing again. It didn't stick right. There we go. Easy peasy. Well, look at that. So this is the end of this particular show, and I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow, but I am thinking of doing possibly 2 shows tomorrow, maybe like a 6 o'clock and an 8 o'clock. So hopefully, and that's Central Standard Time. That's really important information. I live in Central Standard Time zone, so whatever time zone you're in, it might be a little earlier or a little later, depending on where you're at. But yeah, I'm thinking, try not to cover my painting too much, but thinking I'll do 2 shows tomorrow, and I'm gonna take Friday and Saturday off. But I'm gonna try and do 2 shows tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and you'll miss the early one. Oh, that happens. But you can catch the second one. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing yet tomorrow for either of my paintings, but 6 and 8 o'clock. Whoever is there will be there, and if you miss it, I'll catch the next one. So, I appreciate everyone who stopped in today, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.